Y&R reveals the sentence Sharon may face. She becomes confused, panics, and cannot maintain her composure, making those around her, especially Nick, unable to help but worry. What happened to Sharon? Is it a psychological problem, or is there something more serious going on? Nick cannot sit still and give up. He decides to embark on discovering the truth behind the pills Sharon is taking. Although Sharon has made good progress when starting a new medication, a deep suspicion begins to arise in Nick's heart. He cannot understand why Sharon is like this, as she has never shown signs of losing control to this extent before. There seems to be something wrong with the amount of medication Sharon took before switching to the new dose. Especially with rumors spreading that these drugs may be contaminated or mixed incorrectly, Nick decides to clarify the matter. One detail that made Nick even more suspicious was the information Sharon had given him about the pills. She had said that on several occasions, her feelings while taking the pills seemed different than they had before. Symptoms such as dizziness, disorientation, and confusion continued. From there, Nick realized that there might be an external factor affecting Sharon's condition. Realizing the importance of clarifying this issue, Nick decided to seek out Chance, a dedicated inspector from the GCPD. He convinced Chance to re-examine the remaining pills in Sharon's home. This was not only a precautionary measure, but also the first step in detecting any abnormalities. Nick thought that if these pills were indeed problematic, they could be the factor that led to Sharon's nervous breakdown. Chance, you can't let this go easily? Sharon is not the type to lose control so easily. You have to believe me, something is going on here, Nick said, his voice filled with concern. Chance, though not entirely convinced of Nick's suspicions, decided to help out as a man of justice. Together they examined the old batches of drugs, and suspicious findings began to emerge. The investigation led them to another theory. Nick and Chance began to suspect that Ian Ward and Jordan Howard, who were no strangers to secret conspiracies, might have arranged for a shady pharmacist to supply Sharon with another drug. This drug would not only cause Sharon to hallucinate and spiral, but could also damage her mental health. With the information they gathered, Nick believed that this pharmacist might have been bribed or even threatened to do this shady work. If this was true, this person could be the third accomplice in this dangerous plot. But whether the pharmacist can be persuaded to tell the truth remains a big question. Pressure from sophisticated investigations. As the story becomes more and more complicated, Nick does not back down. He decides to question those involved to clear up any suspicions. While Chance continues to investigate using official GCPD methods, Nick does not hesitate to follow the trail to find the truth. Things become personal for him, because Nick does not want to see Sharon, the woman he once loved, and still has feelings for, blamed for mistakes that she did not cause. Nick begins to track down every trace that could be related to the suspects, down to the smallest clues. During the investigation, he notices a suspicious detail. This pharmacist may have been present at some of the meetings with Ian and Jordan before Sharon began to feel strange symptoms. The more Nick learned, the stronger his suspicions about the role of these people in the conspiracy grew. After a while, as the truth gradually emerged, the dishonest pharmacist began to feel the pressure. All the evidence and the constant questioning made it impossible for him to keep his secret any longer. But even though he was cornered, he kept quiet and tried to protect himself by clinging to vague statements. However, with Nick and Chance's persistence, he could not hide for long. When the pharmacist finally confessed the truth, it was like a ray of light in the dark for Nick. He admitted that he had received money from Ian and Jordan to mix a special drug for Sharon, causing her to fall into a state of hallucination and confusion. His confession opened the door to a larger investigation, one that exposed the crimes committed by Ian and Jordan. This investigation is not only a quest to find the truth about the pills and the people behind Sharon, but also a story of perseverance, sacrifice, and love. Subscribe to Y&R for the latest news.